Just a lot of rain. It's like I said before, it's like a bucket. You can't step out for 1 second without getting soaked. Being able to eat with chopsticks properly, like there's different methods. Like Chinese, Japanese, they have different ways. I learned the proper Chinese way, I believe, I guess. Several ways to say hello in different languages. Pandan drink or durian. Durian, if you've ever heard of durian, it's a nasty, big, spiky thing. Everything about it says, don't eat me. But they love it, so they eat it, and it has a consistency of lard and tastes like fermented onions, and it's pretty gross. Patience. There were several occasions where I needed to be patient with investigators, myself, or companions. Leaving certain areas, all my areas actually. It was hard to leave the relationships that I had built there, and the progress. A lot of the times I had built up an area and then had to leave before I could see anybody get baptized or anything like that, so that was kind of hard. I remember one time I almost got hit by a moto, a little guy in a scooter. This particular man wasn't very nice, and he stuck his foot out as he drove by me while I was on my bike. He didn't hit me, but it was kind of scary. There was a particular moment where, in the mission, where we had a drought for like 3 months, 4 months. Hadn't had an investigator stay for longer than 2 weeks, and it was really hard. So we decided to do faith finding. We had been talking about that in the zone conference, and we went to an area that we thought would be good. We knocked on this guy's door. We had knocked this whole flat. It was 13 floors. We went down to about the 9th floor, and we knocked on this guy's door, and he had a pamphlet already. It was, I can't remember which one, but it had Jesus Christ on the front. And he said, "Oh, I got this from a Muslim friend of mine." We're like, "Oh, well, how did they get that?" You know? And so we thought that the Muslim lady would have a friend. So we went down to where he told us the Muslim lady was, and talked to her. And she's like, "Oh, well, I do have a friend. That's where I got the pamphlet, and he lives down a level." So we know we went down another level. And we were going straight to his apartment, but then we had the feeling that, let's knock all these doors. We know where his apartment is, but let's knock all these doors. And so we did. We didn't get anybody really. And then 2 doors before his, we knocked, and this little Chinese lady comes out, and we talked to her, and she gave us her number. We didn't necessarily expect anything. She didn't seem very interested, but we at least had her number. And then we went and knocked on the friend's door, as mentioned before, and we taught him for a little bit. But he kind of dropped off, and then we remembered this lady. We ended up calling her and teaching her. She was baptized in 4 weeks. She had read the Book of Mormon in under 2. She had read the Doctrine and Covenants in under 2. She had started reading the Bible in English. She had read many of the ensigns. She had read Preach My Gospel. And there were several other church books that she had read in the span of 2 months. And, it was very humbling, to be able to put my trust in the Lord. I believe at that time I was being a little prideful and thinking I could do things myself. But as I trusted in the Lord, I saw that, I didn't have what it took. I needed Him, and He proved it, because, He led us to, a wonderful example of what can happen whenever we preach with faith and find with faith.